Okay guys, this is the first linguistical profile I am making. Linguistical profiles generally require help from someone who actually knows the language, and I got pretty lucky. I speak Bengali at a basic fluency, but living in an area where people generally don't speak Bengali, rather Hindi, I must say my Bengali got a bit corrupted. In fact, my last video had a proper intro which was basically me speaking Bengali, but after my mother rolled eyes on that intro, she said your grammar was totally incorrect. That being said, the intro was removed. But what am I supposed to do in a video which requires me to speak proper Bengali? Well, hello everyone, Melanjan this side. I already said a lot in the pre-intro, so I would generally not require to speak a lot in the post-intro. Let's get to the basics of Bengali. Bengali is an Indo-European language, which means it is related to languages like English or Spanish or German or Hindi. In the Indo-European language family, it belongs to the Indo-Iranian language family, which has languages like Persian, Hindustani or Hindi and Urdu, and Kurdish. From there, it goes to Indo-Aryan language branch, which also has languages like Hindustani and also Marathi and Punjabi. From there, it forms its own eastern branch, which we call the Magadhi branch, and from there, it makes the Bengali Assamese language, which are split today to constitute the Bengali and the Assamese languages, and they are fairly mutually intelligible to this day. Now let's get to the more complex stuff, starting with the phonology. Bengali has 29 different consonants, 14 vowels, 7 regular and 7 nasals. The language, like all its Indo-Aryan siblings, possesses all the plosives except the labiodental one, voiced and unvoiced, aspirated and unaspirated. In terms of fricatives, the voiced as alveolar s, the voiced as post-alveolar j, and the voiced glottal h are used. In terms of approximants, the voiced labialized velar w, the voiced alveolar lateral l, and the voiced palatal y are used. In terms of rhotic consonants, the voiced alveolateral r and the voiced retroflexural r are used. In terms of nasals, the labial m, dental n, and the retroflex n are used. In terms of vowels, the unrounded closed e, the unrounded mid closed a, and the unrounded mid open a are used. The rounded closed u, the rounded mid closed o, the rounded mid open o are used. The near open central vowel a is also used. The nasal vowels are also used for each of the corresponding vowels like e, a, u, o, a. Bengali is a geminative language, which means consonants can be doubled. Let's have an example. This is the word uttor, which means north. Here we can see the consonant ta is doubled. What came from Sanskrit schwa has turned into the rounded open mid o. The Sanskrit va has turned into the Bengali ba, and the Sanskrit ya has turned in some cases ja. Bengali is written in the Bengali script and abugida/alphasyllabary. What is an abugida/alphasyllabary? Basically, it is a writing system where certain markings are put around consonants to mark the vowel sound conducted. Let's have some examples. This is the alphasyllabary used for the sound k. Now let's add this marking. Now it's ka. Now replace it and add another marking. Now it's ki. Now replace it again and it's ku, and so on. Bengali has 11 vowels, 41 consonants and 3 subvowels written. Alongside that, Bengali has many diphthongs. Diphthong is basically 2 characters, 1 phoneme. Best example in English is the in this, which is a voiced fricative denoted by 2 sounds t and h. Bengali has many, but has a different way to write, and most of them give out almost unpredictable sounds. Let's take this example, the abugida for k and the abugida for sh. What would turn out? It becomes k. Example in word is say, this is the word for symptom. It should be pronounced Lakshan, but it's pronounced Lokhun. This was a huge problem for me when I was trying to learn Bengali because most of these diphthongs were almost unpredictable. Speaking of predictability, you can't just predict words in a random language given. Off to the vocabulary. Your Bengali vocabulary will depend on which side of the border you are. Although they are considered to be 1 lakh or 100,000-ish separate words, mainly Tatsam directly originated from Sanskrit and Tadbhav words descended and mutated from Sanskrit, it doesn't account for the huge amount of loan words which got in from Urdu, Arabic and Persian. If you learn Bengali from someone belonging to Noida or Kolkata, your vocabulary will generally have a huge inventory of words originated from Sanskrit because areas as such are generally Hindu majority, and where comes Hinduism, there comes Sanskrit. On the other hand, if you are learning Bengali from someone belonging to Dhaka or Rajshahi, you will have a huge inventory of Urdu/Arabic/Persian loan words because the areas mentioned, are mainly Muslim majority. And where comes Islam, there comes Arabic. Urdu because Bangladesh was once under Pakistan, where Urdu was the administrative language. Persian because many of the Muslim rulers who came here made Persian the royal language, and it had a main impact on Muslim populace at that time. If you lay our eyes on modern Bengali literature, at approx 67 of the words will be Tadbhavs, 25% are Sanskrit reborrowings, and 8% are other indigenous and foreign loanwords. In urban areas of Bengal, you will also find many English loanwords, and speakers often co-switch between Bengali and English. You'll find this often in areas like Kolkata, Darjeeling, Dhaka, and Chattogram. Before we get to the grammar, let's hear what Bengali actually sounds.
খুব ভালোবাসি এই কেন কি শব্দটা মানে কি কেন আর কি পাশাপাশি বসালে কি হয় কিচ্ছু হয় না কিন্তু এখন বাংলা ভাষায় কারণ শব্দটার সমার্থক শব্দবন্ধ হিসেবে সমার্থক নয় কারণ কথাটা উঠে গেছে এখন কারণের বদলে আমরা সবাই কেন কি ব্যবহার করি কি কারণে করি কারণ হিন্দি ভাষায় কেউ কি বলে একটা কথা আছে সেটাকে কোনোভাবে বাংলায়িত করা ন্যূনতম প্রয়োজন না বোধ করে আমরা টক করে তুলে নিয়েছি এবং কেন কি বলে চালিয়ে দিয়েছি এবং চালাচ্ছি যে আমরা কোনো রকমভাবে আপত্তি করছি না সবাই কেন কি বলছি কেন বলছি তার কারণ আমরা শিখে গেছি হিন্দিতে ভাবতে তারপর সেটা গাজোয়ারি অনুবাদে বাংলায় বলতে এবং সেটাকে মেনে নিতে
Personally, I think Bengali is the Danish of Indo-Aryan languages. I mean, it is said to be the sweetest sounding language in the world, which I definitely agree with. But at the same time, it sounds like someone trying to complain how disgusting a walnut tastes by swallowing it with the entire shell. It is what it is, accept it. Like many other Indo-Aryan languages, Bengali is a case-based language. Understanding cases can be a bit hard for English speakers as cases generally don't play a huge role in English, but just for information, English has 3 cases: subjective, objective, and possessive. But they are only used in pronouns. But in a language named Bengali, cases do define what the sentence means. Although comparing with other Indo-Aryan languages like Hindi or Marathi, Bengali doesn't have a tremendous case system. It only has 4, Hindi has 7 or 8 depending on what your definition of a case is. Those 4 are direct, objective, genitive, and locative. If that went like a bouncer for you, let me explain it. Direct case translates to what it sounds like, normal words with no inflections. Let's have a sentence example to break it down. Amar naam Bilash. My name is Vilas. Direct word to word is my name Vilas. Is the person's name is the direct case. Objective case is used to describe the object of a preposition or a transitive verb. Example, you say, Ami Ramuke am dilam. I gave a mango to Ramu. Word for word, I, Ramu, objective case, mango, gave. Also, it can be transcribed as to Ramu. The to is an objective case here. Genitive case is an interesting example as there is no direct way of describing it in English. Let me try. Ramur badite ekti computer ache. There is a computer in Ramu's house. Word for word is Ramu, genitive case, house, locative case, one, definite, article, computer, object marker. Locative case defines the location of an object. Let's have an example too. Ramu Kolkata thaken. Ramu lives in Kolkata. Word for word is Ramu, Kolkata, locative case, lives. It can also be said as in. This sentence brings me to a different aspect of Bengali, which I'm sure many of you will find interesting. When you're talking to someone or talking about someone, the way you talk depends on the status, although in present day and age, the age defines what you are talking about. Let's have a few examples. This is the sentence, what are you eating, spoken in 3 different ways. Apni ki khacchin. This is the way you would talk to your seniors, elderly, or people ahead from a field you are in, like teachers, your boss, and so on. Tu bhi ki khacho. This is the way you would talk to your acquaintances, parents, and other senior relatives you are, and your parents' siblings, cousins, related, and in-laws. Tui ki khachish. This is the way you would talk to your close friends, your juniors, kids, and infants. Also, this lingo is used when you want to disrespect someone. This feature can also be seen in Korean and Hindi as far as I know. You can also name a few in the comment section down below. I guess now it's time for some sentence examples. 1. Rastaয় একটা কুকুর শুয়ে আছে. A dog is sleeping / lying on the street. Word for word is street, locative case, 1, dog, sleeping, is. Second example. আমি নিজের বাড়িতে আছি. I'm at home. Word for word is I, my, home, in, am. Third. তুমি কি আমার সঙ্গে চা খেতে বাড়ি আসবে? Would you like to have tea at my home? Word for word is you, question marker, my, with, tea, consume, home, come. Notice how I use the word consume instead of eating and drinking because there are no separate words in Bengali that define something as eating or drinking. I mean, you obviously can't eat tea, right? Right? And the last example. আমি তোমাকে ভালোবাসি. I love you / I like you. Word for word is I, you, love, first person singular. And that wraps up the linguistic segment. Now let's get to the literature of Bengali. And by God, that's very juicy. See, Bengali is known for its rich literature. So to say, it spans across all the generations, but in this episode, we are going to discuss about the four big of Bengali literature. Those are Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay, Rabindranath Tagore, Kazi Nazrul Islam, and Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay. Let's start with Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay was more on the complex spectrum of Bengali. His popular works include Anandamot, which had the future national song, different from a national anthem of India, Vande Mataram, which means greeting to the mother, here referring to Mother India. Let's move on to Rabindranath Tagore. He is probably the most iconic Bengali figure of all time. After all, he was the first Asian to receive the Nobel Prize in 1913 for his work Gitanjali, which was a compilation of his own poetic works. He is the one who wrote the national anthem of both India, Jana Gana Mana, and Bangladesh's Amar Sonar Bangla, which although is the national anthem of Bangladesh, every Bengali person takes pride in that hymn. And the tone for Sri Lanka's national anthem, Sri Lanka Matha, is also said to be composed by Rabindranath Tagore. Let's move on to Kazi Nazrul Islam. He was said to be one of the people behind the Bengali Renaissance. He served in the military for British India and then retired and started writing patriotic songs for India. Was that a case of realization? I don't know. His songs are still known as Nazrul Giti. After the partition of India and Pakistan, Nazrul decided to stay in East Pakistan but was alive to see the independent nation of Bangladesh. Most of his popular works include Notu Nirgan, Bidrohi, Pralay Ullash, etc. Now for the last bit of this episode, let's talk about Sharat Chandra Chattopadhyay. This man is said to portray the common man's life and exposing the evil of social taboos such as child marriage, sati pratha, and casteism. I will link these in the description if you don't understand what these things are. His popular works include the most famous Devdas, Porinita, Pother Dabi, etc. And that will conclude today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. If you like this video, make sure to press the like button down below, and if you want to see more of this content or you like this content itself, then please consider subscribing back. And till then, see ya.